Hello there, I'm Cody the Coin Raptor, and I'm here to talk to you today about some crypto. So let's get straight into our chart TA. All right, so with Bitcoin, I have here the daily chart, okay? I've drawn up this descending triangle. So far, Bitcoin is right in the middle of this descending triangle. RSI is at about 45, so it's not overbought and it's not oversold. And I still will expect it to follow this descending triangle, to move down to this level, and still retest here at about 19,000, 18,900 or so in this region. And then eventually come down here to 18,400 and retest this support as well. I still think that's definitely a strong possibility at this point. Now, with Bitcoin, I've been talking about the possibility of there being a bull trap in the last couple of days. And so one thing I've seen here is we take a look at the funding rate, right? The funding rate is going to show us whether basically longs are dominant or shorts are dominant. And Bitcoin has kind of de-risked quite a bit in the last couple of days, the last weekend or so. You can see on the funding rate, we have gaps of red and gaps of green here. So that basically means that it's kind of more a balance with longs and shorts. So shorts are dominant here, longs are dominant there, shorts are dominant here, longs are dominant there. All right, so that's basically what I'm seeing here for the Bitcoin chart. And so we're starting to finally get an equilibrium here on the price. So what that means is that I think a lot of the potential bull trap case has largely passed us by. And so bull trap was, I would say, from about here, the 3rd of October, all the way until about the 7th of October, so those past 4 days or so. And then now we've seen that many of the longs have gotten liquidated and have exited their positions. So we actually take here a look at the total liquidations for longs, and we can see that over the past couple of days, we've had some rather large spikes of longs being liquidated. That's what these green lines are here. And anywhere from 7 million here to about 3 million there, and 7 million here, and about 12 million there. So I think that largely speaking, we're not talking about a bull trap anymore, but that doesn't necessarily mean that from here on out, we're just going to go to the moon. Now, with Bitcoin, if we weren't in a kind of bearish economic environment, macroeconomic environment, I would say that it is ripe for a strong rebound. However, we have to always consider the macroeconomic environment. And one thing that's happening this week is the Bureau of Labor Statistics is releasing their CPI numbers, and that is going to be on Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday we have here October 13th. All right, that's going to be when it happens. And if we actually go back to what happened last time the CPI numbers were released, this big red candle right here, that's what happened last time. When those numbers were released and the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, was higher than expected, it had a massive, massive impact on the Bitcoin price. It went all the way from 22,700 all the way down to about 20,000 or so. Now, I'm not saying that this will likely happen, but what I will say is that we're going to see a lot of volatility on that date, and it is entirely possible that we'll get a strong move down, and there's a strong move down, and that would be in correlation here with this chart and this descending triangle. However, we'll have to see how it goes. I'll be making some more. I'll be putting out more information as the day gets closer and we talk more about CPI and what's expected. All right, so it's really important to consider that, because if Bitcoin was isolated in a vacuum, I would say that again, it's ripe to rebound. But the simple fact that the CPI numbers are going to be released means that we are potentially could see some more selling pressure on Bitcoin. And the reason for that is the fact that these CPI numbers are going to give the Fed ammunition to either to raise interest rates, and then depending on how high the CPI is, they might raise interest rates faster or at higher amounts than what's expected. And the market always reacts negatively towards that. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at Ethereum as well. Ethereum's in the same kind of triangle, descending triangle pattern. That's still here, all right? But Ethereum is also in this sideways consolidation pattern going on here. Extend this out a little bit, this sideways channel. This is going from about 1274 to about 1383. So I expect it's probably going to continue within this sideways channel within the larger descending triangle. and it's going to come back down here. It'll probably go and retest the support here at 1270, and then eventually retest support here at 1236. Now with Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'm interested in getting involved and adding to my DCA position once it goes close to these rates, about 1277 or even below that. Anything really below 1300, I think, is where I want to go ahead and add to my DCA. But with Ethereum, there's also some additional support down here as well. So it's not going to be a lookout below like it is for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down here, there is no support whatsoever below this level. So if it goes through this support level at 18,400, then it's going to be lookout below. And if that happens, I'll have a whole video on that, and we can I can figure out basically where Bitcoin's going to go at that point. I'm also going to take a look at the BNB as well, so Binance Coin. So with Binance Coin, it had this kind of slow sideways consolidation pattern here. I had previously drawn out that it had an upwards channel, and I expected it would continue in this upwards channel, but now it seems to have broken through that support level, and it has broken through the bottom part of this channel. So now all bets are off when it comes to Binance Coin, because it was holding up much better than the rest of other cryptocurrencies. And now it seems like instead it's moving more sideways. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like it's trapped in a sideways channel. So if you can imagine the channel starting at about here or so, all right, and then you can go and just add another one right here. So that seems to me like what's going on right now. So if we draw that out, we can see that there should be support at this level at about 260 or so for your Binance Coin. That's where I'd be looking at some support, some strong support for this. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. That way it clears it up a little bit. All right. But again, with this week and the CPI coming out, we could see massive swings to the upside or the downside with many of these cryptos. And then we take a look at the dollar index. The dollar index stands to benefit greatly from that CPI report. If inflation's higher than expected, then the Fed's going to keep raising rates, and if the Fed keeps raising rates, the dollar gets stronger, and if the dollar gets stronger, then Bitcoin suffers as a result. This was the green candle here that was printed when the last CPI report came out, so this is going to give you kind of an idea of how much of a move we could expect from the upside. All right, so that's all I've got for you guys today. If you like this content, let me know, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'd greatly appreciate that. Follow me on Twitter for the most up-to-date information. I'm going to be putting out some more videos about some non-TA related crypto analysis. As you guys can see, I've put out some more videos like that, and I like doing those videos. I just need to figure out what I'm going to be doing for that, and then I'll go ahead and I'll make the video, and I'll post it on my Twitter. All right. So this is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I hope to see you in the next video.